Well, Ross, thanks for joining us. I'd imagine you feel a little hurt after that result.
Yes, is the answer to the question, Dave, but I feel like it's a little bit of another evening of hurt, or another end of 90 minutes of hurt where we haven't seen out a half or seen out a game. So yeah, it hurts, and I don't think we deserved it, but I'm fed up with people telling me that we didn't deserve to get beat. I've had it probably 3 times here already this season, once or twice on the road, but there comes a time when we've got to stop. People have got to stop feeling sorry for us, and we've got to stop coming out of games where where we walk away sort of feeling a little bit let down.
Leon Goal started brightly. He's a big player this season. What's the news regarding his injury?
He pulled up with his hamstring. Obviously, because of the circumstances towards the end of the game, I've sort of prioritised what we've said in the changing rooms rather than actually speaking or seeing what the real depth is to Lee's injury. Obviously, as you say, he's been a fantastic performer for us so far this season. He started the game well today, performed well on Saturday, so of course we hope that it's nothing too serious.
And no doubt he would have taken that penalty in the second half.
Yeah, he would have done, because he's taken our penalty already this season, but I had every faith in Jordan being the penalty taker that would score it. I think it speaks for itself that it never went in, and it put us under a little bit more pressure once it never.
Dean Brill made a couple of good saves. Twice the woodwork came to Leyton Orient rescue. Yeah,
it did. And I think we're playing against a team at the top end of the league, so they're confident, and we know we're going to end up giving up chances. And Dino's had 2 fantastic games tonight and both at the weekend, but unfortunately for him, and certainly most unfortunately for us, is that he's ended up conceding 2 goals again.
And Jordan Maguire took his goal neatly before half-time.
Yeah, fantastic finish, and we knew that we could set those traps at times, and we know that they're a team that really like to dominate the ball, and it was about us really trying to play a little bit of cat and mouse, when we needed to drop off and respect the fact that they're a good team, and then when we could really get after them and force them into mistakes, and I thought we did that at times.
Is Dale Gorman okay? Was it an injury is the reason he came off?
I just felt like the game was sort of getting to a stage where either we could go on and win it, or certainly try to stay in it. So put Craig on for Gormo just to freshen it up with Craig's legs and energy, and then obviously quickly change the shape, because we felt like putting Matty up there might cause them 1 or 2 problems. So it was tactical, physical, whatever way you want to look at it. So no injury.
The game really opened up in the closing stages, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it's 2 teams that like to play sort of attacking football, if you like, but my big disappointment is we're at a stage in the game where we're playing against a team at the top of the league, and we've left ourselves open. We got a warning in terms of the Porter getting off the side of Marvin, and we managed to evade that danger at the time, and then we've ended up almost replicating it and conceding from not an identical situation. And I think we've got to be a little bit more mature, focused, manage the game better. We had some criticism at the weekend about the amount of bookings and fouls that we give away, but we've got to show that nastier side to us to see out a game and accept that, last year our responsibility was to try and go out and win every game, but this year you're playing against better opposition, and if you open yourselves up too much to go into to win it, you're going to leave yourself exposed to end up losing it, which is what we've done on a number of occasions already this season, and it's not good enough.
Another disappointing result here at the Bray Group Stadium, Brisbane Road, where the fans really got behind the team, didn't they?
Yeah, very much so. Even at the end there, I always like to do my bit by walking around the pitch and showing my appreciation to the people that were here tonight, and people have applauded me and whoever else was on the pitch at the time off the pitch. So I'm very, very grateful for that support, and I didn't feel that any time tonight anybody turned on us, and I hope that people would understand and see that our performance, I don't think, reflected the result, but ultimately it's disappointing, and we've got to stop giving up the goals that we are and losing games that we're very much in.
Had some big performances on the road recently. You need another one on Saturday at Colchester. They picked up a 3-0 win tonight.
Okay, I haven't seen any results yet. I tend not to look at too much, especially after the disappointment of this evening. But yeah, we know that it's another. We've had a very, very tough couple of weeks in terms of the opposition that we've come up against. And then what starts to happen when you don't pick up the results, whether you deserve them or not, what starts to be happening is those next games become tougher. So I'm sure we'll go to a Colchester team full of energy and full of confidence from their result that they've got this evening, but we've got to lift ourselves up and find a way to to get a result.
Too early to say about Lee for that one?
Yeah, certainly. Like I said to you there, until what tends to be the case is 24, 48 hours after an injury, because the physio really wants to see it settle down, whether that's bruising, swelling, related to the specific injury. So I don't suppose even if I go in and see him now, he'll be able to give me too much information until that settles down, hopefully tomorrow.
What about Joby McAnuff? You could do with him out there, couldn't you?
Yeah, I love him. I love having him standing next to me, and that sort of his input's been fantastic. But we miss that sort of character out there at the moment. I think there's a number of players that have performed admirably. I think even tonight, Dave, a real disappointment. I think there's some real positives that have come out of our performance. Like I said, it's not good enough that we haven't got a point and certainly not won the game. But I think some of those big moments can be managed by having more characters like Joby out on the pitch, and certainly we do miss him. How long it's going to take, again, he's so frustrating because we don't quite know. We have to keep pushing Joby as far as we can to see how far he can get before he's ready to step back in.
And James Brophy?
I'm hoping. James has done a real tough session today, as he did at the weekend. Tonight it just came a little bit too soon for him. So again, another player for different reasons to Joby that we miss, but I'm hoping that we might see him train tomorrow a little bit more extensively, and we'll be able to look towards including him again at the weekend.
And Jamie Turley?
Turles is very similar to Joby. It's push to see how far we can get him. Another mature man who can play at this level and understands what it takes to manage games. So yeah, we miss those personalities, but unfortunately we haven't got them. So we can't hang on to that too much, because we have to I have to work with what we've got and make sure that those players continue to develop and we stop making as a team the mistakes that we're making.
Thanks, Ross. Thank you.